What's up, guys? Ninth Gym here, back with another VGC video. And I know it's been a little while since a video, but I still have to, do a video on the European International Championships that just took place over the weekend. Today is Sunday, and we have, results of this. At least after Swiss, I'm not entirely sure if we have Top Cut. Check out Victory Road VGC. Shoutouts to them. They make all this content really happen for me. But we do have, it appears to be afterwards because this is full prize support. So anyway, if you guys don't know, EUIC is one of our biggest tournaments, probably the biggest tournament that we've had so far this year. 290 players, which isn't huge, but it's still pretty big. And VGC Series 12, you guys know what's happening. It happened this weekend in Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah, Frankfurt, Germany. Look at me knowing geography. Anyway, EUIC, biggest tournament so far that we've had. It is a pretty big deal. So we're going to be talking about the meta-analysis of this tournament. Top 32. Do we have top 64? Yeah, top 64. So a lot of teams. And then there's also feature matches here if you guys want to check that out. So I'll link this in the description so that you can check it out yourself. You can watch those matches. You can just look at the teams. All that kind of stuff. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So it was 9 Swiss rounds, top 32, extra 5 Swiss rounds, and then top 8 single elimination. So getting into it, we have Eric Rios in first place. Shout out Eric Rios, crazy good player, very well decorated player. Winning 500 CP, which is like they're playing at Worlds, $5,000 as well for prize support. So really big tournament, really big prize support, awesome stuff. Good job, Eric. We have look at the team. Zacian, Groudon, Charizard, Gastrodon, Grimmsnarl, and Incineroar. This is the team. Once again, winning. Another big event. Winning. Not just topping. Winning. This has been like, what, 3 or 4 big events in a row where this team won? Didn't top. Won. I mean, there's also other ones in top, but still, this team won. Crazy. Sun is insane in this format with Zacian. Zacian Groudon has really been dominant as we've seen other teams in the past, like Zerndon in 2016. Gross. I hate it. I hate seeing the same team all the time. It's okay. I get it. It's a tier 0 format. That is what it is. It's how it happens. But I mean, that doesn't say you can't play other things. As we see here, the only top 8 or the only team that has this 6th team in top 8 is the winning team. There's not other ones, but we do have some interesting stuff here as well. We have some Reshiram out here. We got some Weezing, Dialga teams. Like, it's wild still. So yeah, even though we are seeing this team again, one's to assume it's a different spread. It's definitely different stuff. This team has to meta-advance to continue to go because everybody's prepared for this team. So the team has to kind of deviate from the norm every time, or just be, an insane player, right? Which Eric Rios is. So, shout out to him. Crazy. In second place, we have Oliver with a really cool Zacian Kyogre team. We've got the Tornadus, we've got the Lando, and the Rillaboom Incin here. So a pretty standard Zacian Kyogre team, but still love to see it, get second place, 11-3 in Swiss. So awesome, but made it to second place after the single top 8. So awesome stuff. In third place, we have Victor Medina with the Zacian Kyogre team here as well, but it is a dual weather team. We also do see the Torkoal Venu on the team. We've also got the Tornadus and the Incin. Fun fact, 7 out of top 8 had the Incin. Love to see it. You don't actually love to see it, to be honest. And then 5 out of top 8 have the Zacian. So you'll love to take a little bit of usage stats with those two Pokemon. Zacian is not, 5 out of 8 is actually not as insane as it has been in the last couple weeks. So it's kind of cool. People getting tired of it, I assume. In fourth place, we have Joseph Ugart, Joe UX9. You guys know him. You guys know the name. Great player, crazy player. We've got the Eveldon team, the Yveltal and Groudon. Really cool. We got the Venusaur here as well, so no Charizard, but we do still have that Sun Link here. We got the Regieleki and the P2 and the Incin. So a bit of mix-up team. We do have the Electro Web as well as the Tailwind / Max Airstream here, but we also have the Trick Room. So, a pretty good team, very well-rounded, has good forms of speed control across the board, while also having, weather. on there. You kind of have to have a weather. I think in this format, as we see here, almost every team does have some form of weather. All top four teams and 5th place all have a Groudon or Kyogre on their team. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory for the format. That definitely makes sense. If you don't have one, you have to be really well prepared for them. We see some teams even have like a Venusaur on the team that's not even running Sun, right? Because that's just how dominant the Sun team is. In 5th place, we have Guillermo with the Lunala Groudon team, which is really cool because this is a team that was getting a little popularized earlier in the format at a couple of the regionals and was really picking up a bit of pace. So it's really interesting seeing that here. Lunala has really been a slept-on Pokemon in the double restricted format in Sword and Shield for a while now. It doesn't really make for the best Dynamax. It doesn't have Tailwind anymore. It loses a couple of its tools, but it is still an incredible Pokemon in the format. Trick Room, the ability is insane. It has really crazy base stats and can be a pretty efficient Dynamax potentially, but wants to assume the Groudon and Venusaur take that role primarily over the Lunala. But hey, it's still there. Max Moongeist Beams are still pretty gross. We also have the Tapu Fini on the team as well as the Thundurus. This Thundurus could definitely be anti-intimidate with the Defiant, but it could also be Prankster here, giving a little bit more, forms of speed control, because this team doesn't really have too many forms of speed control. So this could be, Prankster T-waving it up. That could definitely be there as well. In 6th place, we have Javier with the Zacian and the Olga team featuring the Weezing. We saw, Wolf Glick bringing the Weezing, but he didn't bring it here. He said he was gonna on a tweet. I do recall that, but yeah. Just shy of making top 8, unfortunate, but still very, very solid run from EUIC. You expect it from Wolf Glick. That's not who we're talking about. We're talking about Javier with his awesome Weezing on the team. We also see the Blastoise G-Max, which is a Pokemon that I personally love to see. I love Blastoise, and seeing a G-Max, using that G-Max, that Cannonade, it's pretty gross. So, seeing that in this format is pretty sweet. It also has access to things like Fake Out and a couple other tools. So, overall, Blastoise is a really strong Pokemon in this format. In my opinion, we do have a lot of Rillabooms and stuff running around, which could, maybe put a little bit of a wrench in that plan. Also, Sun, Venusaur, whole lot of things that could mess with it. But regardless, taking it to a top 8 finish is impressive, to say the least. We love to see Blastoise G-Max in top 8. Always fun. In 7th place, we have Alex here with the Ice Calyrex here and the Reshiram team. We've got a Amoonguss, a Gastrodon, a Mimikyu, and Instant, looking like a fairly hard Trick Room team. No, other form of other form of speed control. No Regieleki on there. Does Reshiram get Airstream? I don't believe it does. I don't think it does, right? So yeah, pretty crazy hard Trick Room team getting that top 8 finish. Good stuff to Alex. In 8th, rounding off our top 8, we do have Marcus Statter here with the Evel Dog team, Yveltal and Zacian. We've got pretty generic Pokemon here. Rounding out that team, we got the Incin, Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl, and Regieleki. Generic doesn't mean bad, though, so very strong team here. Love to see Yveltal. Honestly, Yveltal is one of my favorite restricteds, not really for use, just for like its aesthetic. I just think he's cool. And I loved it in the card game a long time ago. Yveltal EX, that format was very, very fun, and yeah, pretty good stuff. So yeah, that is our round, our top 8. So continuing on, we have Wolf Glick here in 9th. Unfortunate, just shy of that top 8. However, still an impressive finish with the very aggressive team. This is a pretty hyper offense team with a slight backbone of that Instant Rillaboom for those fake out and defensive plays. But we do see the Regieleki and the Whimsicott really giving that form of speed control here. We have Tailwind, Prankster Tailwind. We've also got the Electroweb on the fast, ever so fast Regieleki. Backing this double restricted duo of a very, very offensive team. We have the Zacian and the Shadow Calyrex, a very offensive team. So I love to see it. Wolf Glick, very well decorated player. One of the best, right? I don't think I'm alone in saying one of the best players in Pokemon current day and really of all time, to be honest. Like one of the most consistent players, still showing up, top 8, top 16 at every event we see. Crazy player. Check him out on YouTube. Best PokeTuber. I ain't even gonna cap. It's not over me. It's not, or it ain't me. So, great stuff to Wolfie. In 10th place, we have Andreas. With the Calyrex Shadow team, with the Groudon, we've got dual weather users here. We got the Charizard and the Venusaur. One's to assume one of those probably comes most times, not both. That would be maybe a bit too much. Sometimes maybe, you never know. But we also have the Incineroar and the Regieleki here, a good form of speed control and a good form of Intimidate Fake Out stuff. Look, wait. Okay, all of top 16, 2 non-Incineroar teams. Love to see it, right? Love to see it. Okay, in 11th place, we have Sturm. Sella. We'll call him Sella. Sella's the way to say it. We see the Calyrex, Ice Calyrex, and the Palkia team. Really interesting. Pretty hard into Trick Room, as we see the P2 and the Amoonguss as well. So fairly hard into Trick Room, but does feature the Regieleki. So, a little bit of different axis here with the Palkia, Incineroar, and Regieleki being really mid-speed, except that fast Electro Web, kind of setting up for a faster team, kind of mid-speed, making a faster team. So really cool, multiple forms of speed control here on this team, which is always something that you love to see. Next, in 12th place, we have Thomas here with the Zacian Kyogre team. We do see the Shedinja again, which is something that was the runner-up at the last regional, I believe, second place with the Shedinja. So very interesting to see. We see Thundurus as well as the Kartana on the Kyogre team. Well-rounded Kyogre Zacian team here. Love to see it. In 13th place, we have Chalky with the Zacian Kyogre team here as well. Zapdos, which is a Pokemon that I love to see. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, if you guys do know that. A little bit of 9th Gym lore. One of my favorite Pokemon. Probably my favorite Pokemon of all time. And then, pretty generic stuff here in the core. Incineroar, Rillaboom, and Grimmsnarl. In 14th place, we have Giuseppe, Pepe. With the Zacian Groudon team. Umbreon featured on there. Love to see it. And, the Thundurus Incin with that very strong Venusaur G-Max paired with that Groudon. So that's something that you see pretty frequently in today's meta, but not as frequent as Charizard. I do think you see more Charizard than Veno, but I mean, looking at top 8, that is an incorrect statement, taking into this analytics at the very least. So in 14th place, that was in 14th place. In 15th place, we have Francesco with the Zacian Calyrex Shadow Rider, very offensive team. We do see the Blastoise G-Max once again featured. 2 of them featured in top 16, one in top 8, one in top 16. Something you love to see it, right? Thundurus as well as the Rillaboom Incin. Good to see this ever so dynamic core being played so frequently in this tournament. It makes sense. Dual Fake Out. You have Grassy Surge. You have Intimidate. It just does everything, right? That core is just really, really strong, very, very versatile. Great. In top 16th, rounding out our top 16, we have Terran Birdie with another Zacian Kyogre team, a very, very popular duo of restricteds in today's meta. We do see the Whimsicott, which, offers a good bit of speed control with that Prankster Tailwind and other forms of good prankster utility. We have Zapdos as well as Amoonguss and Kartana. So a very well-rounded Zacian Kyogre team. Very good stuff to all these top 16 players. Good stuff to the rest of these players as well, but we are going to start going a little less in depth because I don't want this to be a 40-minute video again. 17th place, we've got another Zacian Kyogre team featuring that Shedinja. Cool. In 18th place, we have another Evil Dog team. Pretty standard stuff here. 19th place, another Francesco. Hey, shout out to Francescos, right? Indeed, on that Kyogre Zacian team, we do see Kyogre Zacian with those weather boys that really like sun. So that's a pretty interesting duo. We do see, Venusaur is still pretty decent in the rain because, it kind of just withers away one of its biggest weakness, which is that fire. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty neat team. In 20th place, we've got a Ditto team, which is pretty cool, but we do see an Yveltal and, Lunala and Zacian team, which is a interesting pairing, something we don't see very frequently. In 21st place, we have Aaron Trailer, very, very great player as well, bringing the, yes, with Wolfie, same with Wolfie. They very typically bring the same team. They are 2 peas in a pod, as some people say, but very great players, like crazy players. Unfortunately, shy of that top 16, but still, hey, crazy run, right? In 22nd place, we have Yuya with the Tapu Fini on that Palkia Ice Calyrex team. Very Trick Room heavy, but also still bringing that Regieleki. I do like Palkia Calyrex teams with the Regieleki as well as the Trick Room. I like the versatility of speed in those teams. Very hard to master, but very cool teams. Something you really like to see. In 23rd place, we have Andrea with the Rotom Heat, which is a Pokemon we don't see very frequently in today's current meta. But we do have the Evil Dog once again, which is something we like to see. And another Ditto here. Sableye really setting up that Sunny Day, worst comes to worst. Interesting to bring that Sunny Day Quash Sableye. It's interesting. But Sableye is another one of my favorite Pokemon. I just like that little dude. He's crazy. But yeah, we have the Reshiram. What's this guy called? Kyurem. Kyurem Reshiram mix. I can't think of the name right now for some reason, but yeah, crazy. In 25th place, we have Flavio with the Suicune, which is a Pokemon we don't see very frequently, but the Solgaleo Groudon combo, which is something that we like to see. Very cool by this team. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Like to see it. In 26th place, we have a Kyogre Calyrex Rider Shadow Rider team, which is pretty wild. In 27th place, we have another Blastoise, which is something we love to see. So Galio Groudon next with the Suicune. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna start just kind of breezing through, kind of saying the cooler stuff that we see. Zacian Calyrex, very cool hyper offense team. I love this duo. Like I think this duo is actually really crazy. Next we have a Barraskewda. Like, okay, what is this? Like Series 6? What is this? I'd love to see it though. Shedinja as well. Really brought a bunch of tricks here. We got the Weezing Regigigas as well. Very crazy team. Wild team by Ben Grismer. So that's very cool. Very cool. Next we have the Groudon Charizard Zacian team. Nothing too crazy there. Lunala Groudon, very cool duo. And that's top 32. Next, we're just gonna kind of say the crazy things. Shout out Ashton Cox, crazy player. Check out his YouTube and Twitch. Very crazy player. Love the team. Zacian, Calyrex Shadow Rider. What am I saying? Hey, I'm saying it. Love this duo. Next, we've got some more Weezing, something that we don't expect to see too much of. Yveltal Groudon, very cool duo. Continuing down here, nothing too crazy. A lot of more standard teams. We've seen some more Blastoise. So Galio Rider, Shadow Rider, that's an interesting duo. I wonder how that really panned out. This guy can get Bulldoze, a fast Bulldoze, which could really set up for a weakness policy, so Galio pretty well. So I wonder if that was the main strat here. We do see a Golisopod, which is kind of wild. See Golisopod. But hey, do you. Continuing down here, we see a Zygarde Zamazenta. What is this? The beginning of Series 12? What? That's crazy. Shout out Moxie Boosted. He was talking about this. He loved this this combo for a while, so that's cool. Continuing down, we see a Colossal team, the first Colossal team that we've seen. Colossal doesn't really show off too much this format. You know, you have too many Kyogres going around that can kind of just like pop this guy down, take him down a peg. But still a crazy Pokemon. We do see the Urshifu kind of supplementing that pretty well, so that's always cool. Alolan Persian is a funny face to see. Cool. Another Blastoise. We see a Bronzong, something we haven't really seen in this meta too much in today's current meta. Continuing down, we see a Raichu pairing with that Yveltal. Cool. Love to see it. Nothing else really too crazy here. Mostly some standard stuff. Another Blastoise. Couple cool duos. Ice Rider and Kyogre. You know, mid-speed maybe. Kartana. Really rounding off the power of that team. Very cool. Yveltal Groudon, very cool. Shedinja, Cresselia, that's a mon we haven't really seen much of since BDSP, right? We haven't seen this much in this format. In a restricted format, these not as powerful legendaries really have to show off, right? They really have to do a lot. And Cresselia just doesn't really feel like it does too much in today's meta, but it's still there, right? These are all day tours. Any day tours in chat, right? But yeah, really cool things from a lot of players. Suicunes, pretty cool. Gothitelle, very interesting. Anything crazy in seniors division? We do have a Shedinja winning and a Kingdra in second place, so some cool stuff. And Shedinja Mirror in finals for seniors. You guys wildin'. You guys are wildin'. Anyway, that is really all I have to say for today's video. If you do like this kind of content, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know, not a lot of content coming from this channel right now. I know, I'm sorry, but Gen 9, baby. Just wait for Gen 9. That's what we're doing. We're waiting for Gen 9. I'm not a huge fan of today's current meta, and I'm not traveling to big events, so it just doesn't really, you know, concern me too much. But we're always going to cover these big events on meta analysis because I still love to keep up with the meta, with current meta, and yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Don't if you want to, but you know, check out Gen 9. Check out the channel when Gen 9 is coming out because a lot of content for Gen 9 coming. Trust me. Source, trust me, bro. All right, have a good day, and congrats to all the players that did crazy at the EUIC. Shout out to all those players, and have a great day. Goodbye.